Hi everyone, welcome back to Kristine's Zabo Raw. We have an exciting topic today, fasting. This is not only for body health, but as equal, if not more, to mind health. And I'm going to tell you a story about when I went to an incredible retreat here in Malibu years ago. It's called the Ashram. And it's a place where people go to do a week-long total mind, body, spirit rejuvenation. There's a lot of hiking involved. In fact, I never hiked so many miles up a mountain and down mountains in my life. You do a lot of that there. When I was there, on the bookshelf, I pulled down something that has kept with me for so many years. I've ordered copies, I've given copies. In fact, I used to have like 5 copies at home and now I just have 1. It's a book called Theessene Gospel of Peace. Some of you might know this, some of you might not. The Theessene are the people of Jesus. If I'm not correct about that, I know some of you can put in the comments below. But I believe that this is the gospel written by the people of Jesus. And so I'm here on this wellness retreat, and I open up this book, and the first things it asks are the people, they come to Jesus. The first line says, "And then many sick and maimed came to Jesus, asking him, 'If you know all things, then tell us, why do we suffer with these grievous plagues?'" And they're talking about not only their physical plagues, but their mental plagues. And it goes on in a very explicit and detailed explanation. And I really recommend each and every one of you order this book. I'm going to put the link in the description below. But after a while, it goes on, and he says to them, "Renew yourselves and fast. For I tell you truly that Satan and his plagues may only be cast out by fasting and by prayer. Go by yourself and fast alone, and show your fasting to no man. The living God shall see it, and great shall be your reward." Fasting is essential to rejuvenation in the body and in the mind. There are many ways that we can do that. We can go to retreats that help us, and I know anywhere in the areas where you are, you can Google fasting retreats, and I'm sure that you will find them. Or you can look online, find a fast that works for you, and do it yourself. You know, it doesn't have to be a fast of just water. It can be a light fast of juices, some vegan smoothies. There was once I did a 3-month vegan liquid fast where my entire diet for 3 months was my homemade almond milk in my matcha teas, and at the time I even did a little coffee. I'd make smoothies for lunch, which were like packed with bananas and fruits and veggies and ice and aloe juice. You know, we did one together in the green smoothie episode. For lunch, I'd do like a vegan soup, puree liquid yams or broccoli, or just a bunch of mixed vegetables thrown in together. You know, you'd be surprised how you can really fill yourself up in liquid vegan fasts. And then of course there are the water fasts, which I will admit I've never done. I have never done a purely water fast. Have I wanted to? Sure, yeah. In fact, I almost did one this year. And I know that probably one day I will do one, but I never did. I believe in cleansing the body and cleansing the mind. God knows the fast that you intend to honor him with, he will honor you back. And I'll end with a really cool story. I was in the middle, we were globally in the middle of a recession. Now this goes back, if I can remember, maybe about 13 years ago. And I was in New York and the industry was struggling. A lot of models were not working. In fact, I'd meet girls who hadn't had a job in 6 months, which is pretty extraordinary. And I was speaking to Guru Singh over the phone from New York, and he said to me, okay, I want you to write this down now. I want you to write down on a piece of paper, by the end of the year, I will have a contract with a brand that represents me in so many ways that I love. I was like, Guru Singh, do you know that we're in the middle of a recession? I asked him. Yes, he calmly replied. Do you realize that I am actually older than most girls in the industry? I asked. Yes, he replied. Kristine, please write it. So I did. About 3 months later, I went to that same place that I told about in the last episode, the spa in Desert Hot Springs, to do fasting. In fact, I love that place so much. I think I've been there like 20 times in my life. I will put the link for there too below. And I got there, and on the 3rd day of fasting, because there they do, like I do, they do the liquid vegan juices and smoothies and teas and a daily colonics, which is so important when you're fasting that you do colonics. It's not a question, you must do it, because your body is not eating the food and pushing out the bad that it doesn't need. So we need the water with the fast to help release the toxins, okay? So that's why these 2 episodes go back to back. But while I'm there fasting, and fasting is giving to God, giving to your body, giving to your mind, they'll get a phone call. It was my agency in New York. You're put on contract with Eddie Bauer. I'm sure a lot of you guys know who Eddie Bauer is, right? It's an American sportwear brand apparel that travels around the world, and they endorse, like, you know, active lifestyles, super healthy. That was like my passion, right? So that's me. And I was like, really? In the middle of this recession, they're putting me on contract? And I knew it was the fast. I knew. I've heard stories of couples who have gone to that place to fast, and at the end of the week, they're with child. I know that all the dogs and the coyotes are howling right now. It's quite beautiful. I don't know if you can hear them. I hope you can, because it's quite beautiful. Celebrating this conversation. And, you know, before I was with child, the father of my child and I, that's when we did the 3-month liquid vegan fast. And then I became with child. So fasting is remarkable. You know, you can go down to places. I know Optimum Health Institute in San Diego, they do fasting, raw food and juice fasting. And I have, you know, I know firsthand people who have overcome cancers, healed themselves in miraculous ways. So please start reading about fasting, watching things about fasting, becoming curious about fasting if you don't already, and start to bring that into your life. We started with 12 hours a day. You know, how about one day? Just to try it. And then more, and start to see what happens around you. Now be careful, because you may feel ill in the beginning, especially coffee drinkers or people who take a lot of medication or have never fasted before. When you're on medication, please do not stop taking your medication when you fast. That's very important. And those who are diabetic and have other autoimmune disorders, please, I want you to consult with a physician before fasting. But if you believe that you are of healthy enough mind, body, spirit to fast, I really think that it's incredible for us to start bringing that into our raw community. And I can't wait to hear how it goes. All right, peace out. I'm really excited for you guys to get this book, The Theessene Gospel of Peace. There's also book 2. I'm sending you a big hug and lots of love from my home in Malibu to all of you out there. See you in the next episode.
I am who I am, that is that. I am who I am, that is that. I am who I am, that is that. I am who I am, thank God I am. I am who I am, that is that. I am who I am, that is that. I am who I am, that is that. I am who I am, thank God I am. I am who I am, that is that. I am who I am, that is that. I am who I am, that is that. I am who I am.